Okay, you ready? We're going to talk about something that is a little bit irritating, but you're going to have permission to do it. Ready? Okay. Going on a rant. Now, so many times in life, we're told to behave and deal with it and, just work it out and kumbaya and hold hands and just peace and harmony and peace and love to everyone, right? Sometimes that is just complete malarkey. Yeah, I said that. Sometimes you and me too, all of us, need to go on a rant. Now, you do that in a safe way. I'm not talking about going on a rampage like, you see on the news, but going on healthy rants avoids what you would see on the news. P.S. All the times you see all the horrible things you see on the news and the crazy things people do, since we've been talking about the sort of trauma, just watch them. And you can be like, oh yeah, they're totally wounded with the sword. They never dealt with it. Yeah. So, we're talking about healthy ranting. I'm here to give you permission to go on a rant. Now, I recommend doing this with your support group or your therapist. I don't know about a classroom. Perhaps you could take turns. I've done it on stage where I've been on stage and I've had the whole audience stand up and go on rants, and that's pretty wild. I did it in the detention center too. I had the girls scream. That you can watch that on the bonuses up above. Now, here's the thing with going on rants. You can do it by yourself, but it's sometimes a lot more helpful and more fun to do it with somebody else. And if you don't have anybody else to do it with this video. I'm going to set you up first. I'm going to tell you how to do it, and we're going to do it, and then talk about what happens afterwards, okay? Now, going on a rant, how do you do it? When you do it with someone else, and if you're doing it with this video, this applies. I, the listener, making an agreement to not stop you at all with, no, but be nice. You love that person. No. This is not the point. This is having a complete rant where you have the freedom to say anything you want, including all kinds of words, and not be judged for it, get in trouble, not be told like, oh no, you need to behave. No, you are allowed to go on a rant about anything you want to talk about, anything that is really like getting to you, anything that's frustrating about removing this whole process of the sort of trauma like that. You can go on a rant for days talking about that. How it got in place, who put it in place, what happened, the frustrating process of removing this. Literally not a foam sword, but you know I'm talking about, the sort of trauma. So, go on a rant and you say every single thing that comes to mind to just purge it from your body. And you could even use a bat and with your therapist or support group and beat your sofa or your bed. This is not rules. This is no hurting yourself, anyone else, any precious objects, animals, beautiful plants. You could, in a healthy environment, break dishes if you have a safe way to do that. The Breaking Glass Project is a fabulous thing to do. If you want to use, like I said, the bat. But the key is releasing everything through your mouth and moving your body. So if you want to, every single time you say something, purge it, like throw it at me, or throw it at each other if you're working in a support group or with your therapist, like just purge it. You're not hurting yourself or anyone else. Okay, that's how you do it. Now, if you would like, you want to pause this video and do it with your support group or your therapist or with your friend or loved one. And if not, do it with me here now. Okay, ready? I want to hear every single thing. And my agreement, my listening rule is I have to just egg you on and just be there and be like, yeah, I love it. Yeah, support group. Yeah. Okay, ready? Pause and do it yourself. Or do it with me now. Ready? What is going on? Tell me everything. Go. Right? Totally. What else? Oh my God. I can't believe it. Tell me again. What? Yeah, totally. Right. You get that? You get what I'm doing here? Come on, give me some more. Tell it. Say every dirty word you ever heard in your life right now. Go. Loud. What's another one? Totally. Okay. Now, if you need some more, continue doing it for sure. I'm like, hey, pause this video and do it more. But really, it's like you purge and you get listened to and not told to calm down. I'm giving you permission that you're allowed to go on a rant in a healthy way. Okay, now, when you have purged that and gone on the rant and really like, a couple things happen. Sometimes it leads to laughter. It does. You just, especially if you add screaming. You just like, it can lead right into the giggles. Another thing that can happen is it puts you on fire. That now you're ready to like literally run around your house 4 times, and you should do that. Like if that makes you completely on fire with like, oh, I have to keep going on my rant. Go do something really, really physical. Dance is a perfect one. Run around the building. Seriously, in a group, run. Do push-ups. Do some kind of kickboxing. Do something where you are purging it out of your body. Another thing that happens is you need a good cry. That's usually, it usually ends up being giggles or mad, but really sometimes if you've ranted and you need a good cry, you're totally allowed. You're totally allowed. And if the person that's listening to you, they're not allowed to be like give you a tissue and like tell you it's gonna be okay and hug you, because you know what? You don't want to hug. You don't want to hug right now. Don't hug me. Like let me freaking go on a rant, right? Oh, I totally understand, and I've been there, and I even like I can feel it because I'm like I've been there and I know it. So the fun part is getting to the giggle part, but this process, this video, and this practice, and this part of the course is page 56 and 57 of your workbook, is literally go on a rant. Look at these blank pages. This could actually have been a whole bunch of blank pages, but really go on a rant, okay? It's totally allowed. You totally have permission. There are a couple ways you could end up at the end, but it's worth it. If you need to do it again, do it again. Until you get to the place where you're like, oh, that felt good. When it gets to the place where you're like, oh yeah, that felt good. That was good. Okay? Then we're getting somewhere. You can go to the next step. Now, if you are still in the place where you're like, I don't feel good, do it again. Just rewind this and let's do it again. Okay? To where, get to the place where you've ranted, and you're breathing and you're calm and you're like, oh yeah, that felt good. Okay, that felt good, didn't it? Woo. Okay, now practice. I love you.